Shalom. Shalom. All right. Okay. There we go. So, first and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who were well, and much love and salutation to the Akim out there pushing out his word of truth and sincerity. Brothers, back with another Mark of the Beast lesson. And then we're going to show you exactly how the Mark of the Beast system and the mark itself is going to work through ChatGPT. And then if we get, I got some articles, but if we don't get to the articles, that's fine, because we want to run through this the whole chat. Yeah. So let's start here. Revelation 13:16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which we know what that is. By if you don't know, you don't know. The charagma, all right, in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, which is the key indicator of what's gonna be, the mark. It's gonna allow you, and watch how chat breaks it down. Right. Say if he, so if you don't have this mark or the charagma, then you're not gonna be able to buy or sell or trade. All right, even partake in anything really. Let's see here. Go the word buy, agrazo. It goes into, all right, to be in the marketplace. So you're not even gonna be able to attend, to be out downtown or the 15-minute cities, to do business there, be idle, to haunt the marketplace. Not even lounge, just chilling, hanging out.
No soliciting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because what? You're gonna be an enemy of the state. You're not gonna be part of this new system that's quickly approaching. All right, so you know what? Let me see this. Because we see because you've got the Save America Act, which they want to push the digital IDs or voter IDs, and now you got the Clarity Act that's about to be pushed. This was today. Clarity Act update: crypto and bank reps head to Capitol Hill to review stablecoin deal as details remain under wrap. Yeah, they don't want people to know exactly what's going on because they're about to pass this, and they're saying near April. And this is a good article, but we're not going to go through the whole thing. But maybe this was a different one then, actually, because there was one I was reading earlier, and it was pretty much. So look, the recess ends April 13. That's when they're thinking somewhere around April that this is going to be passing. Once this passes, it's full-fledged ahead on what we've been telling you for months at this point. All right, let me see. Oh, this is a good. This is from Ripple themselves. Quick little video. There's a supposedly leaked Ripple confidential webinar they had. I just played that one, bro. It's only 1 minute 43 seconds, so you can understand what's coming. Oh, sorry. I had to mute it. Everything muted. Goddamn, what the fuck?
All right. Blockchain comes in. This is a bit of a quick answer.
Is that a beer? All right.
Will be comfortable transacting. So we have a rule set, and we have governance. And the final two components of this: one is liquidity.
And look at it. Oh, look at the companies, or look at the countries that are involved here. You got India, Brazil, Mexico, but they're part of the BRICS. So you think the BRICS is going against what America's about to do with this digital currency? They're all in the same boat. Okay, this because again, get that real quick. In Revelation 3. This is about to be a new global system, the new world order. This is going to be. And again, we're not telling you that you or people are going to be using XRP. No, that's just going to be the bridge, the rails to tie everything together, which chat's going to explain it perfectly to a level that a kid in elementary school can get it.
That's right. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Then I get this here in the AMP.
Yeah, and it said on the earth. Oh, yeah. And then this is another thing that they're pushing. Oh, even countries that don't have access to America or to money and in banking systems. Well, everybody's gonna have access now through the blockchain technologies and ultimately the to get into this new system. The key is gonna be the mark to enter, to allow you to get into this new system. That's gonna be the gateway, or the door, so to say. And watch how chat's gonna break it down. Go ahead.
So this is in an NLT, Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world, to test those who belong to this world.
Yeah, so ultimately you will be cut off from everything. All right, and that's going to be the test. Are you willing to lose it all? We know the Lord's going to take care of us, so we're just telling you what Esau's doing, and the Lord has revealed this unto us. But we know once that chip is made mandatory, you're not going to have access to none of this. You're not going to have access to the stable coins, the UBI. Yeah. You're not going to be people about to lose their damn jobs anyway. But you're not going to have access to anything, the grocery store, nothing, the running water. And guess what? Those stable coins that they're gonna freely give you is gonna be all programmable, which I added that into the chat. So which really that was it on that. Yeah. We don't even gotta keep watching this actually, because liquidity. We went into that last time.
They just gotta go back.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just let it finish though. Yeah, see what it says.
Okay. Really comes into its own. We use it to create global liquidity for our payment flows, and with that, we create much more velocity in payment flows globally. That's how that vision fits together. And finally, we want to make this technology very easily accessible.
See, so it's going to be very easily accessible worldwide. But again, people won't even know they're using the XRP. That's the shit. You won't even know you're using it. In every transaction, people won't even know that they're using it because you're going to be using a stable coin or CBDC, whatever they call it.
Such that whether a bank is running Ripple in-house or whether that's a corporate is using Ripple via a hosted service, the API is there to encapsulate Ripple processing and make the whole experience very easy to access and use.
Yes, so they're just going to make it easy for everybody, right? But we know what really the convenience is going to be at the cost of your privacy. All right, and ultimately the cost of your soul. You're gonna have to sell your soul to access what's coming. All right, so let's get to it. And if you get a precept come to mind, bring it out. All right. So I asked it, how would an implantable payment device / technology be used for a cashless system? An implantable payment device, usually a tiny RFID. So I didn't say nothing about no chip. I just said implantable payment device. And chat says usually a tiny RFID or NFC chip, which we've been saying, beginning with the apostles on down, for decades at this point. It says placed under the skin, often in the hand. So I haven't even asked about Revelation. I haven't asked about nothing that we talk about. All right. Would function a lot like contactless credit card or smartphone wallet, just embedded in your body. Here's how it would actually work in a cashless system. The basic mechanism. So it's going to break it down, to step by step pretty much. The implant contains a passive chip, no battery and antenna. But again, this is running off let me just keep reading. When you bring your hand near a reader, well, guess what? Everything's a reader now. Everything's a smart device. Your phone got that technology, NFC technology. You got your toasters and fridges and cars with this technology. Everything has this technology. So what? It's going to be monitoring you 24/7. Hence why they had you locked down 5-6 years ago, so they could update the whole grid. And now, like we went into what was it, Friday? Yeah. The 6G now. It says the reader emits a radio signal that powers the chip momentarily, and then, that's what they try to tell you. But they say it's a passive device. No, everything around you is monitoring it at this point. Everything. But again, that's why they sold it. They called it smart devices to make it seem like it's convenient. But really, it was an invasion of your privacy until they put this into you. And allows it to transmit data, typically an ID or token, linking to your finances. The chip itself doesn't store money. Yeah, exactly. The chip literally don't have the money in it. But it's the key. It says instead it links to a bank account, a digital wallet, or a secure payment platform. The chip sends a unique identifier in the back end system. Remember that. The back-end system, which we've been telling you what it is, processes the payment just like any contactless transaction. So this is already in existence at this point, right? All this technology, contactless payments. And again, the C19 was something to help forward this agenda. It says, so making a payment at checkout, you hold your hand. So they're literally describing what John saw. And we haven't even introduced Revelation into the chat yet. And this is literally what John saw right here. Yeah. You hold your hand near a payment terminal. The chip transmits its ID / token, which is going to be, watch later on. It's all going to tie together. The system verifies your identity / account. Yeah. payment is approved or declined in seconds. In more advanced setups, it would require PIN, biometric confirmation. We'll get to that. Uses beyond the payment. So again, that's the main thing. All right, this chip, the main thing is going to be is for the buying and selling, as the scriptures points it out. That's the key identifier. But they already have different uses. It's going to be pretty much it's going to be for your whole life. You won't be able to function at all. Like we went into the word of Grozel. How you going to go attend the marketplace or do anything if you can't even access this open doors, home, office, gym, access public transport, act as ID. Store tickets or credentials. They're already doing that in China. Advantages, convenience. See, there you go. Convenience, but what? Get that? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, his schemes, and which we brought it out in a previous episode. What did they call it in the UK for the digital ID? They call it a scheme. All right, which that goes into his devices. Go ahead.
So this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. In the NLT, it says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes.
Yeah, we know what this devil's doing. We're not ignorant. We know it. You can't deceive the elect. Lord will be part of that number because we see this clear. We're looking through this nigga. He's transparent, which he is. That's why you see the red, but it says no wallet, phone, or card needed. See, look, even phone is about to be replaced. Ultimately, that's his enterprise is to get rid of all these wearables, right?
Exactly.
And just put it all onto or it pretty much just have you integrated into it through the chip, though. Without the chip, you won't be able to partake in this technocracy and digital world that he's creating, or the matrix.
Yeah, and that's why they use the phones and the cars and the tapping, all the how we're using it today. Right. They've used it. This is a conditioning method. A conditioning method, all right, to get the people, all right, to be accustomed, all right, to this new system, man. All right, so you see it like over the past years, it started to get more and more and more popular. Yep. They put it all on TV, on different commercials on YouTube. Hey, use Apple Pay, tap to pay. So how much more when it gets to the point where they're going to insert it into your hand?
Yeah, and you won't have no choice but to get with the new system if you want to. And again, that's why they're going to entice you with free money. Yeah. Niggas, I can stay home and still get paid.
You can buy a nigga cheap.
Which I asked it later. That's one of the things I added to the chat about UBI. It says speed faster than tapping a card. Yeah, you don't have to go digging through your wallet and hold it. No, just bleep. That's it. Harder to lose or forget. Could integrate multiple functions into one device.
Yep.
Challenges. Okay, we'll skip that because we already know the challenges and risks. Current reality versus future. Today, implantable chips exist. There are already people around this earth with the MOTV walking around and using it, but are mostly used for access control and small-scale experiments. Office entry, future potential, they could integrate with digital currencies, national ID systems, and broader financial networks. But adoption depends heavily on public trust and regulation. Esau don't give a fuck whether you trust it or not. And the regulations is about to be passed soon. And what's it called? The total control. Like who was it? Aaron Russo. And this is, watch what it's going to say later. This is literally the mark of the beast system being implemented as we speak. And then the last piece is just to put the device in you. So bottom line, technically, the implantable payment chips are just a more permanent version of contactless cards. That's why, I think maybe the 2000s, they started using the cards. And then they went with the contactless payments. First it was the swipe down, then it was contactless. Now it's on your phone. Bleep. You can put you don't even need a credit card or an actual card in your wallet anymore because you can just put it on your phone. Yep. Right? It says the real impact isn't the chip itself; it's how the surrounding system is designed, especially regarding privacy. So yeah, the system that's been built so that the chip can actually work, and this is going to explain it perfectly. Because again, the chip is the access to this new system. So then I said, how could Ripple /X-Ray be tied into the system? It could, and now it's going to explain to you why we've been talking about XRP. All right, how it's going to, which nobody's going to know that they're actually is being used. Most people won't even ever find out about it. It says, but not in a way people sometimes imagine. So again, this is not XRP is not a cryptocurrency. It's not a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and all these other ones. No, this is going to be the backbone of the new system that they're setting up. It says the implant would be, so like an implant would just be an access key, while XRP would operate in the back-end payment rails, and that's what it's set up here, right? Yeah. Back-end system. Right? What's going to be the process in that? Well, here it is. This blockchain, which is XRPL, and Ripple is the company. It says the implant equals identity plus trigger. The chip in your hand would store a secure ID, right? Your digital ID, either Graphos.
Yeah.
You know, like a contactless card, trigger a payment when scanned. It does not store XRP or crypto keys directly. The payment system behind it. The chip sends. When you tap your hand, all right? What you tapping your hand for, yeah?
Give you the process.
Yep. The chip sends its ID to the payment terminal. The terminal sends that to a payment processor. The processor checks your link wallet/account. At this point, the system decides how to move the money. Exactly. But whether, all right, let's say you go to a store and they want certain kind of stable coins, or your bank let's say you got Bank of America and they created a stable coin, Bank of America stable coin, and then you go to Walmart, but they don't take Bank of America stable coin. Well, XRP would instantly convert it right there to whatever current crypto they using. So XRP is the middleman, in other words, the rails, the bridge where XRP comes in. XRP would function behind the scenes as a settlement layer. And that's why they're not gonna get up on the news and go tell you to get some XRP. No. That's for the banks and the institutions. That's the ones that are mainly buying this up, because this ain't for you. At the end of the day, they don't want you to have some kind of a currency that's not programmable. Right. That's not what Esau wants. It says and it's chiefly for the cross-border payments, like we went into on Friday. That's where the quadrillions of dollars. So this crisis right now that we got going on, nobody can trust each other's currency. Mm-hmm. So here's the solution: your account is in USD. Merchant wants the euro. Another one. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's my alarm.
Oh, okay. It says system uses XRP as a bridge, USD to XRP, and then it converts it to the euro in seconds. This is Ripple's core use case. All right, liquidity plus fast settlement. Instant settlement, all right, or liquidity for digital wallets that would use XRP. So skip through some of this stuff, not to go too into detail into the XRP, but because we've already explained it plenty, what the flow would look like. You tap your hand, right? That's how you're gonna be buying and selling. But if you tap in if you ain't got a chip, you can't tap your hand. Mm-hmm. Your implant sends your ID, your wallet is accessed in the cloud. The system either debits USD directly or converts via XRP if needed. Merchant receives funds instantly. All this happens in few seconds, but XRP is invisible to you as a user. See, the average person ain't gonna know what the fuck. And if they do, once they do find out what XRP is, it's gonna be too late anyway. Important reality check. Let's get that key takeaway. All right, the implant equals access method. Okay, and then the XRP is the backend settlement tool. So what did it say? He said, I can show you how it would look day to day, as they showed me. All right, here's what a XRP integrated cashless day is. Again, we've been saying cashless society, and this was before, crypto was mainstream. And what are they about to do? They about to pass a crypto market bill, structure bill here in America, which, again, like we've gone into in plenty of episodes, how this is already integrated worldwide, including the BRICS nations. Mm-hmm. It says a day in the XRP powered cashless system. All right, you get up, we get coffee, you walk into a cafe and order, you tap your implant, the terminal, and again, this is what John saw. So now we're literally explaining to you the whole process of how this whole system that Esau is about to unravel is literally going to work, which is actually already set up. But the terminal reads your ID, your digital wallet is pinged in the cloud. Behind the scenes, what you don't know is going on, your wallet owes the whatever stable coin they're gonna give you for free. The cafe wants euro or local currency. The system instantly converts it. Boom. Commuting. You enter this. So again, this is for the buying and selling. You want to go get coffee? That's how that's gonna work. You want to get on the subway? You enter the subway. Tap your hand at the gate. No ticket. No app. Behind the scenes, transit system changes microfees, and then the XRP is gonna be the rails again. You want to go to work access. So this is all what the chip is gonna be used for: to work, public transportation, coffee, buying anything. So how the hell are you gonna buy anything? How you gonna even work? How they gonna pay you? It says if you even got a job, right? Because again, that UBI is coming, especially with what they're talking about now. Oh, we need the lockdowns is coming again, and it's gonna be an energy crisis. And again, what better way to manage that than with stablecoins, where everything's programmable? They can, all right, nigga, you can't pay for this, you can't pay for that.
Yeah, they can have control over everything, and that's what Esau wants. He wants to have control, over your whole life. You ain't gonna have no privacy, none of that. So the same way of living of what you got right now, that's just getting ready to be dead. But you're gonna have certain people, like you say, still going, being able to go to work. It's gonna be some people still working.
Oh yeah.
Some people still going out shopping and everything.
Yeah. So it says that same implant that's gonna help you let you buy and sell is also gonna be the key to through doors, which that exists already, right? Like even pretty much all hotels have changed, right? Remember they used to give you keys, and then they gave you cards, and now it's just a code or a little thing, a little RFID thing. Beep.
Yeah. The tap.
Yeah. Or you go to an Airbnb. It's come on, man. So next one, sending money. You want to send money to loved ones? Well, hey, you're gonna have to have this technology, and then again, behind the scenes, the XRP is gonna be doing its thing. Online shopping. There's already people that do that with Neuralink. There's people with Neuralink that nigga just paraplegic sitting in his wheelchair, and then the mouse moves with his eyes and shit. Yeah. But how's he? That's the one in the forehead. It says, you buy something online, confirm with your implant. Behind the scenes, merchants get paid instantly. So this is the new system. The old system is done. It takes too long. It wastes money. It's not. And now in this new society, everything needs to be fast paced. All right. With the microwave society. Okay. What makes the difference from today? No payment delays. Payments appear instant but settle later. Yeah, that's why when you go check your bank, it says pending. That ain't gonna be a thing no more. In this system, settlement is actually real time. As soon as you tap, it goes through.
Deducted.
And again, that's gonna be, look what they're doing in China. Total control. So if you run the red light, instantly get in real time, you're gonna get the ticket. They're not gonna mail it to you and give you a court date. Nope, they're just gonna deduct it right out of your account. And then you on the way to go get some food, and then you ran the red light by mistake, and then bam, unauthorized when you go to the gas or wherever. That's what's coming, man. Total control. You need to understand what this system actually means, and that's why you're gonna be. If you don't have this, then you're gonna be completely out of society. That's why I forgot who did the video recently. Said, "Are you willing to lose everything?" Because literally,
you're gonna lose everything.
Everything. But what the Lord said, He's gonna take care of us. We're gonna have abundance. See, while people are gonna have to take a chip to eat, we're gonna be eating regardless. But before that, because again, this ain't gonna happen overnight. As soon as the great reset comes, then that same 3 hours later, they're gonna say you need a chip. No, it could be a couple days, could be weeks. Who knows how long it's gonna take for them to totally implement the chip, right? Because they got to get this new system up first. So hey, you could if you be prudent, you could use it while in the meantime until the Lord comes through. With them superpowers, and then we don't need none of this system. All right, fewer middlemen, banks, card networks, processors all take cuts. Yeah, so banks are through. And that's why they've been fighting against the Clarity Act. Really, it's because of the yields and shit the exchanges is giving people, but they've already agreed to it. Fuck the people. They don't give a shit about you. Fuck your yields. They don't care. They just need to get this going. And it's going to be bipartisan. They're going to pass that shit bipartisan. You had something?
Yeah, this what you had mentioned earlier. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 20. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel And such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
Yeah, that's who we're going to trust in. All right? Because the Lord will feed us through in impossible ways, you know, and in limitless ways that the Lord can take care of us. So, but again, before that chip is made mandatory, you know, we're just going to use the world. Why not? The Lord showed us this for a reason. Because, again, this is what the banks are about to be using.
Yeah.
You know, the ChatGPT is telling you that. We ain't make this up. That was it on that?
Yeah, kind of just a quick precept.
Okay. Number 3 says currency becomes invisible. Yeah, cashless society. The paper money is going to be a thing of the past. Well, it's all people barely use cash now. Shit. You don't think about exchange rates. System auto converts using XRP as a bridge. You pay in your currency, they receive theirs. This is, and again, you got to think about that. The people's not actually thinking about that, of how the different currencies are going to be converted, or how China is going to trade with Zimbabwe, or how Brazil is going to trade with India. Well, there's got to be a way for them to convert this digital currency that everyone on the planet is going to be using. Your implant is just the key, but that's your the stamp of that digital all. Yeah. That's you showing the devil or the beast that you worship him by taking that implant. Okay, and that's going to allow you to get into his new system, the new world order. It says the implant doesn't hold money, but it allows you to access it. It just securely says this is you. Yeah, again, the grapho, all your information is going to be stored or accessed through this device. It says everything else happens. So the chip don't need 6,000 terabytes of memory on it. No, that's why it has an antenna. It's going to connect you to the cloud. Yeah, exactly. It's going to connect you to the cloud, man. It's going to connect you to the matrix. Right now, it says cloud wallets. There you go. A blockchain rails like per pig. Okay, we already know what needs to exist. It's already here. It says we're not there yet, but pieces of it already exist separately. Yeah, now they're about to link it all together. The big trade-off, okay, yeah, privacy. Bottom line, in a fully built out version, you wouldn't use XRP directly. Yeah, the average person won't be. The banks will be. But imagine if you own one XRP, you're gonna own what banks are gonna own. The average person ain't gonna own it. It says XRP would act like an invisible plumbing, moving value instantly in the background. Your implant or the mark of the beast would simply be the physical trigger connecting you to the system. What system? The MOTB system. So I said that would make the implant the MOTB according to Revelation. It says I get why you make that connection. Specifically mentioned Revelation 13:16, which you have read, specifically mentions a mark on the hand or forehead. All right. So, it's going to give some filibuster. Let's see if there was a good point, though. And then chip itself doesn't, it's going to give some filibuster. Bottom line, you're not wrong that there's a conceptual overlap, especially hand plus buy and sell, the key indicator of it, right? What else are people putting in their hands that allows them to buy and sell as we speak, right? You can just Google that, all right? Chip in hand to pay for things. Let's see what comes up. Bam. And here we go. How long has this been happening? Come on, man.
Years.
And Nvidia is like the highest market cap, on the stock market right now. And what are they making? Chips. Microchip implant lets you pay with hand. Come on, man. How long the apostles been saying this? If you can't get it, you're gonna end up taking it. Here's what it says. But whether something is the MOTB depends on spiritual, symbolic. Yeah, so it's straight up. So I said, what is Great Millstone's take on it? If you're referring to GMS, the group also known as Great Millstone Israel within the Hebrew Israelite movement, they have very specific and literal interpretation. Their core view, the MOTB is a physical implant, specifically and a microchip is Jude. All right, it will be mandatory. Yep, with that coming down with great wrath. This is a form of him coming down with great wrath, because it's going to be mandatory. Matter of fact, let's look up the word mandatory. It says it will be mandatory or heavily pressured. Yeah, because imagine that. You get cut off from society completely if you don't have it. Ain't that heavy pressure? That's the hour of temptation, like we read in Revelation 3. Let's see, mandatory definition. Required, obligatory, or command by rule or law. Yeah, it's going to be a rule and law, leaving no option for avoidance except what? Be casted out or be cut off from society. As he calls it, the 15th verse. He's killed those that should be killed, but then you go into the root word of that. Killed is to be separated or cut off. You know, so you gonna be you either take it or you don't exist in this new system. You're not gonna exist. But what? We don't care. We'd rather exist in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's right. Because he's the one that's gonna feed us. We're not gonna go down to Egypt for help.
Yeah, just like you see the model of how China got it. You got, like I think I stated in the last video. You got people that's homeless right now because they can't get into that system. They basically been blacklisted. You know, and that's what's gonna be happening. You know, to the believers, man. You're gonna be blacklisted, okay, from this new AI system that's going to be put into place.
Yeah, they already got stores. I forgot what state it was in. But it was a Family Dollar in the middle of nowhere. Nobody worked in that bitch. Yeah. You just to get in, you scanned your card, and I see they have it at Dallas Airport. I seen it. That nobody works in there. You have to tap your credit card to get in. Doors open. You grab whatever you want. All these bunch of cameras around the store, and then you just walk out the door. There's another exit door, and then they just deducts it straight out of your account. So that's gonna be the same thing with the chip, you know, with your hand. You don't need a card no more. And that again, AI is gonna take a lot of people's job. Nobody in that store. Maybe they need one guy to come in at night, to put some shit on the shelves and then go. That'll take an hour or two, and then get your ass back home, nigga. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you."
Yeah, the devil. And what does it say in Revelation 20? That old serpent, the devil, the dragon, the beast. This is his system. But again, to access his new system, you're gonna have to be plugged in somehow, and this is how. And but what's the operating system, so to say? What's gonna convert the buying and selling? What train tracks is that gonna run on? Well, we showing you. If the banks are getting it, these institutions are buying it, but not by the hundreds or the thousands, by the millions and billions at this point. What the hell? They buy what? It's 30, 40 billion or million today in just one day. You know, these institutions, and these are just institutions buying ETFs. That's not all the shit that's being bought up. Right. You know, that's what they publicly show you shit. So we're just showing you literally the framework of the beast system.
Yeah, the people are just distracted.
Yeah, with
Iran. They don't see with Iran. Yeah. What was it before? The Epstein files.
The Epstein files. What happened? I thought they were going to release the UFO files. What happened to that?
Oh, yeah.
They just said, fuck it. Because me and Ariel did a video on it. They said, well, get over it. Now shit's blowing up here in America. They had the first cyber attack. I think it was in Michigan. A deranged gunman shoots 15.
Oh yeah.
All kind of distractions to keep you from knowing what's about to happen. Oh, well, Trump come out. He said we're gonna extend it another 5 days. Postpone the missile strikes of their infrastructure, the energy grid. And then markets go right back up.
Right.
And people say yes, the gas went down 5 cents. Yes. They don't know what's coming.
They literally crashing this shit.
Yeah, they're liquid. Trump's the man for the job. He's liquidating this bitch. That's why, and again, that's why he says things and the markets react. But again, the paper system is coming to an end. I mean the markets, the paper markets. Yeah. All right, the spots and the futures and derivatives. That shit is about to be done with. Completely crash, and then they're going to bring in this new system. The Great Reset is to lead to the beast system. which eventually you're gonna have to get into that system. You're gonna have to get the correct one. Go ahead.
So finishing up, it says Revelation 12:12, finishing up, it says, "For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time."
Yeah, he's gonna start killing motherfuckers, beheading people, and you already see what he's doing with ICE at the airport. These niggas Esau ain't playing around. But again, it's all leading to this reset. He has to do all this, bring all this violence and bring all this chaos so what that he can sell you the peace and safety. But guess what? Get that real quick, because people are about to start begging for a solution, and here we're showing you how he's gonna bring it. You're gonna have to, because you're gonna be so broke, and you're not even gonna be. Soon people ain't gonna be able to afford 1 gallon of gas, let alone a carton of eggs. Shit.
Yeah, because the gas is gonna go up, the food prices, like you say, everything is getting ready to go up, and it's gonna cause these people to take it to the streets, man, and riot, and then it's gonna escalate from there. People going into each other's houses, breaking in for the lack of bread, etc. The storehouses suddenly be found empty. See, all these different things, these calamities are getting ready to come upon the world, man. Yeah. Even the scripture says in 2 Ezra 16 how the earth is going to mourn. So everyone around the whole globe is getting ready to suffer, man. And we're starting to see the effects of that. Here it is, they're talking about taking off cutting off the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, and then it's still talking about who's that? Trump saying he's getting ready to blow up the oil reserves of Iran.
Yeah, and the energy the energy system, like where they are all. So pretty much he's attacking the civilians at this point.
Yeah, so the people are going to die off in waves over there, man. Yeah.
Quick, and that's going to affect everybody. Because again, what I asked, what is the most important commodity in the world? Crude oil is widely considered the most important traded commodity in the world, acting as the primary fuel for global transportation, energy generation, and industrial production. So everything is tied to the oil. Your food, how you get your food. Everything, how you get to work, how you get electricity, how you get running water, and you think what's going on in the Middle East ain't gonna impact you? You think just because your gas went up $1, that's it? No, that's gonna be the least of your worries. Shit.
Damn.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it on it.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me keep reading. It says it will be tied directly to buying and selling in a future global system, hey, we're here. It ain't too far off. All right. It says accepting it is seen as rejecting the Most High and aligning with the beast system. Yeah, get that in Revelation 14. Because ultimately, if you take this, you worship the beast in his image, which is the new world order, the beast system. It says which they often associate with modern Western power structures, especially the U.S. Yeah, the U.S. is the whore that rideth upon the beast. But what's the beast? The Western powers, the EU, NATO, and America. The beast system. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation 14 and verse 9. And I still got that 1 Thessalonians.
We'll bring it back up.
So Revelation 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark.
Going to show you that it's two different things. All right. It's the same. Hey, these bug out Israelites be saying that shit. No, you gonna worship the beast, which most people already worship the beast in the image, right? That's why they got they got like Nate says is the Jesus and the Cesare Borgia painting on your wall. No, it's this system, okay? But it says and receive his mark because hey, we all gotta live in the system, but we don't worship it, and we definitely ain't taking his mark, right?
Hell no.
Lord's will,
Lord's will. It says, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Yeah, the left or right. It don't matter where you put it. You get it in your forehead, your brain, right? You get it in your right hand, left hand, your ass cheek, your right foot.
You took it.
Yeah, you still got it.
Yeah. The fuck?
And then again, it's what's it called? Biopolymer technology. So it's gonna bind with your tissue and you can't just cut it out. I forgot. I think it was Zabat that had said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just cut it out of his hand.
Hell no. You need that shit to be surgically removed. And what, you gonna do it at home? Yeah. You can't even, people can't even stand the sight of blood. How you gonna pull that shit out of your hand?
Who knows, it may get attached to some type of vein or whatever next to it.
Yep.
So the Lord gonna
have start bleeding out. Ah!
Die right
Shouldn't have took it, nigga. Shit.
So the things that's coming, man, if y'all take that chip, man, it's gonna be grievous unto you.
Yep. Literally, because you might get a grievous sore like we went into on Friday.
That's it.
Revelation 16.
This
okay.
This is the book of Revelation 14 and verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels.
Yeah, so you're gonna be burnt. You end up taking this because you want to go back to some. Because in your mind you think you're gonna go back to normal, right? That one. And again, they already test run this. So we'll do whatever it takes to get back to do what I need to do and go back to work and go to. And then they ended up duping you.
Yeah, they made y'all people take that jump shot, man. You know, and a lot of you people ended up DIE off of it. You know, you got hurt, you got heart problems, you got different conditions, you got different diseases.
Yeah, you got fucking that. You know, remember that shit they were pulling out of people's veins and shit. Like,
string.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Damn. So a lot of you people are just cooked, man.
Yeah, I be asking people, chicks, like, hey, you take the because I ain't dealing with no chick. She took the vaccine. Fuck that. I be like, you take the vaccine. They say yeah. I say ew, and just don't talk to them no more.
Because in Revelation 14 and 10, it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
That's the judgment for taking this. All right. So it says, so in their framework, talking about us, Great Millstone, what you described earlier, implant plus cashless system is not just similar. They would say that is the mark. Yeah, well, specifically, the implant will be the implantable device. All right. Like I started with it. What I said, the implantable payment device, I think it was. Yeah, implantable payment device. Yeah, that's the actual mark. The rest of this is just how this, what we're bringing out is just how the system is going to work. But to access the system, again, you're going to need that physical mark, the charagma. Okay, here we go. See how they interpret it. Oh, we don't need you to tell us how we interpret it, nigga. We already interpret it. Important context. GMS is not a mainstream Christian denomination. That we're actually the prophets of the Lord. So get it right. Okay. Bottom line, from Great Millstone perspective, an implantable payment system tied to buying and selling would be seen as a direct fulfillment of exactly. Right here. That's got that one right. From other perspectives, it may be seen as technology similar, but not. Yeah, well, we don't care about other people's perspectives. So what if some did not believe? So then I say, how could digital ID tie into all this? Digital ID, because again, the Save America Act, we need voter IDs and digital IDs, and again, this digital ID scheme that they made mandatory in the UK. Digital ID is really the missing layer that connects everything you've been asking about. Implants, cashless payments, even systems like XRP on its own, it's just identity verification. So like on its own, it's just identity verification. But when you combine it with finance and access control, it becomes very powerful. Total control. Here's how it fits in. What a digital ID actually is. And again, that's gonna be the graph, folks. All this digital information that you're gonna have in you is gonna be exactly that, digital information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can see how everything is, gearing towards that for everything to become mandatory with the digital ID. Mm-hmm. You're seeing right now with with the TSA, ICE.
Well, that's what they're saying. If it was all digital, it'd be a lot smoother.
Exactly. Exactly.
They don't need people checking your ID and all that shit no more.
So that's what we're seeing. It's all coming to pass. So you can see how everything is all being laid out. Yep. So it's going to get to a point to where something's getting ready to happen here, and they're getting ready to clamp down hard, and everybody's going to have to be verified.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you might be a T.
Exactly.
How do you know how do we know you're American?
You gotta be
Prove
verified.
it. So look, the graphos to write all right, to delineate letters and tabs. So what is that? That's going to be the digital, the coding, so to say. Digital ID is basically a verified identity in a network system. It can include your name, biometrics, government ID credentials, financial accounts, permissions. Think of it as a master key tied to who you are, not just something you carry. There you go. It's not just going to be a little ID card. You get pulled over and then no, they're just going to scan you and know everything about you. And guess what? The smart devices around you are going to be able to scan you and know everything about you. You know, you walk into the store and the prices change because who you are and your credit, your social credit score. They already got that AI price gouging motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. And some stores are, the little paper tags that tell you the price. Now they got stores that they're digital. Mm-hmm. So if you get to that item, it'll just change for you individually. They can that everything's gonna be programmable. This is total control with AI and this new system. Everything's gonna be programmable. And the next thing they're trying to program is the people. It says how it connects to implants. An implant could act as a secure pointer to your digital ID or a way to authenticate you instantly, like tapping a badge. See, they're gonna know who you are instantly. What your your not ideas, but what your beliefs are. What you you tweeted last week. All of that.
Yeah, it's all on the cloud.
Exactly.
Right now.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just gonna transfer over when this new system switches over.
Yeah, because remember, Trump opened up those database centers to make a database on all the American citizens. Yeah. So they already got you already have a digital avatar. Everything that you looked at and everything that's tied to your social security and your name is already in the cloud. Yeah. You just got to be connected to it now via this the mark. To say, so instead of card account, you get your body goes to your digital identity and then everything else. How it ties into payments, including XRP, Rails. Again, that's the key, the Rails, that's what XRP is all about. When you make a payment, all right, with the implant, confirms your identity. The digital ID system says this is whatever your name is. It says and then it goes, your wallet account is access. See, to access the money so you can buy and sell. What is the number one thing you're going to need? The implant. Yeah. So that it can verify who you are via your digital ID. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to get access to your account or your money. And then the payment is processed, possibly using XRP behind the scenes. And again, the XRP is just one blockchain they have. There's many others, but this is going to be the main one, all right? That everyone on the planet, every country is going to use this. Maybe Walmart might use XLM or whatever, but this is going to be the top one. And they've already admitted it. Mm-hmm. They've already admitted it. If you actually watching it, you don't even got to investigate it. Just watch our episodes we've done, right? So digital ID equals who you are. The wallet equals what you own, which is digital ID is going to be tied to the digital wallet. I don't know how many times we've said that and proved it. All right, XRP or similar is how the value moves. And guess what? Everything is about to be tokenized. All right? Where it becomes more than just payments. If fully integrated, digital ID could control banking access, healthcare records, travel permissions, employment verifications, social services, online accounts. Everything ties back to a single identity layer. But how can they see your digital ID if you don't have the implant? The buy and sell control angle people talk about. This is where your earlier question comes back into play. If a system is designed a certain way, which this is exactly how they designed it, digital ID could allow or deny transactions. He could not buy nor sell. It's really not rocket science. And again, even if you do get the chip and you don't comply, you still won't ever be able to buy or sell. Total control. That's why you can't trust in Egypt. You can't go down to Egypt for help because they never trust thine enemy. Oh, you think, everything gonna go back to normal. I get some free money. I get blah blah. Nigga, they're gonna be able to deny you or freeze accounts, enforce rules, spending limits, restrictions. Because again, it's programmable, which we're just gonna get to it with the UBI.
Yeah, because the scripture says, "They that consent unto them shall be held in derision." Exactly. See, it's gonna be a lot of people that's still gonna take the chip, bro, and still not even be able to access, their identity, to be able to buy and sell. You know, because at first, you remember everybody took. We went into the last episode. You had everybody that took that the jump shot. Okay, it had got them prepped up for what? The chip. Because you said the people are walking around are being antennas. So here it is. The people who didn't take the shot the first time, they try to take the chip. Guess what? They're not going to be readable for the next system.
Yep.
Shit. Will be held in derision.
Yeah, exactly. Again, this people don't understand what's happening in the world right now. This is everything you're seeing happening right now is all a part of their plan to reset this whole system. Because again, it's the new world order, and they're all in it. They're all into it. All right. They say so. Instead of just do you have money, it becomes are you authorized to use your money? Because again, Esau gonna give you free money, but are you authorized to use it? You can only use it for certain things, just like EBT. You can't just go to get EBT and go buy an Xbox with it. Yeah. Swipe the EBT card at GameStop.
Can't buy no beer.
Yeah.
None of that.
It's all programmable. And again, the stable coins, the CBDCs, that's going to be programmable. What you can and can't buy with it. And it's going to, it'll get to it. It says that's the structural similarity people point to when they connect it to Revelation. Not just implants, but identity plus economic access combined. Yeah, but the implant is what's going to allow you to get to all that economic access and to prove who you are via your digital ID. Okay, it's going to say, I'll just go to this one. Centralized control model. One or few authorities issue / approve IDs. Yeah, it's going to be the governments. Each government's going to be the authorities to implement this. All transactions tied to identity. Yeah, no more cash, no more anonymous payments or purchases.
Yeah, no under the table, none of that shit.
Yep. You ain't getting no gigs no more. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't know. If you get replaced by AI, you're fucked. Because you can't go cut grass and get paid in cash. Mm-mm. And then again, if somebody try to send you some money via, let's say before the chip come out, somebody's try to send you some stable coin, it's gonna say denied. Because you can't do that. And that's even before the chip is made mandatory, which again, we don't know how long. When this shit flips, the reset happens, we don't know how long till the chip's going to be. It could be a matter of weeks, maybe a few months, a few days, who knows. But one thing for sure is it's coming. This is the version that raises privacy concerns, civil liberty issues, religious concerns like the one you mentioned. And now, guess what? Nobody's going to give a shit about them concerns when they can't eat. Mm-hmm. We're going to see if you truly believe when you can't eat or you cut off from society. Reality today, pieces of this already exist, but separately. Digital IDs, government and private, that already exists. Contactless payments, that already exists. Crypto blockchain rails like SRP, that exists. Biometric authentication, all of that exists. What doesn't fully exist yet is a single global system combining all of them, which is the New World Order, which it does exist, but it just hasn't been made mandatory yet, really. Mm-hmm. They still got a few pieces to just to lay down and then just flip the switch. Bottom line, digital ID is the control layer in cashless system. Implants equals how you identify yourself physically. Yeah, because it's going to be scannable. Bleep. Via the frequency. Near field communication. Digital ID, who the system says you are. Who the system says you are. Yeah. Not who you think you are. What does the beast say who you are? Are you a worshiper or are you not? All right. Are you a compliant servant or are you not? Total control. Payment rails like SRP, how the money moves. So again, that's the bridge. Whether that becomes a highly convenient system, absolutely not. A tightly controlled one, that's what it's going to be. Depends entirely who designs it and what rules are built in it. Well, who designed it? The beast. Mm-hmm. Get that? What I had quoted, I think it's Revelation 20:1. That who designed it? It's the mark of the beast. That's who designed it, the beast. Because everybody, because you got these Christians, some Christians they actually do know what the MOTB is. But what is the beast? Who's behind it? Who's the puppeteer behind this all? The old pedophile behind the curtain. The niggas on the Epstein files. Yeah. And guess what? The Rothschilds are on there. Go ahead.
Coming at the top?
Yeah, that old serpent. Is that it? Right? I think it's Revelation 20 or 21, one of them.
It was 21. You got 20, but then it's talking about the key at the bottomless pit.
Yeah, that's why I just
that's
says the old serpent, Satan.
Oh, verse 2. All right.
Okay.
And it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand.
Yeah, that's when they were bound during the Byzantine Empire, 1,000-year period. All right. But they came back. Go ahead, though.
It reads on, it says, and he laid hold on the dragon.
This is the dragon, okay, which is the ancient Roman Empire, which is back today. All right. As the EU, NATO in America. Go ahead.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Yeah. So that's who designed it, the beast. All right. Hence why it's the mark of the beast. He designed it. He created it, which ultimately the Most High did it. But in the physical sense, it's the beast. It's the Edomites. So the next question I said, how would UBI tie into this? Universal basic income would plug into this kind of system as the distribution layer, basically how money gets issued to people on a regular basis. When you combine it with digital ID, cashless payments, and back-end rails like SRP, you get a tightly integrated loop. All right, here's how it would realistically work. The UBI, the government, or issuing authority sends you money automatically. Yeah, come on, man. They just going to give you money? Again, never trust thine enemy. So they might eat weekly or monthly, no application each time, same baseline amount for everyone in theory. In a digital system, that money would go straight into your digital wallet, which is linked to your digital ID. But how you gonna use it? Right. How you gonna get access to that eventually? Because they might, they're gonna entice people. Oh yeah, here's the UBI, and then eventually to get the UBI, you're gonna need. All right, look, no more digital wallets, digital ID without the mark to access it.
Right.
And niggas is gonna eat that up. Oh shit, I want to keep getting that free money so I can chill at home.
Shit, they already living off the government right now. Yep. So how much more when the government say they'll give you access to some money, but you got to take this chip
for doing nothing, and this is all going to be happening in the midst of chaos, and uncertainty, war, food shortages, pestilences. You think motherfuckers gonna want to leave their house? Shit, and then Esau gonna tell you he'll pay you to stay home? Shit, he already set the whole thing up. People have already been programmed, predictive programming, right? Via the C19.
Mm-hmm.
Stay home, remote working. Well, guess what? If you remote working, AI can take your job. Shit. If you don't even need to show up to a building to work, then what the fuck do they need you for? Shit.
I'm sure it's all online, like on the system.
Yeah, remote. Yeah. Most of the people that were remote working was just doing something from a computer. AI can do that.
Or even like a call center too.
Yeah.
Cause I remember my sister was doing that. She was staying home, making the phone calls and shit. She was happy.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. So that's the state of everybody else too, man. That stayed home around that time.
True. And they already conditioned to it, so they ready for that. I'm tired of going to work. You got people online crying how they can't afford gas, can't afford this, can't afford that. They tired of working. Well, here's the solution. Just give the motherfuckers free money.
Let them buy shit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too.
What you gonna buy? It's programmable. You ain't going on vacation with these stable coins.
Yo, I'm saying, oh.
You women ain't going to the Gucci shop with your stable coins. They're gonna give you just enough. It says the baseline amount.
The base.
Yeah, you're gonna get just enough to pay your shit, right? To pay your bills. That's and just the bare minimum for food, if you can even find any.
No more nails.
Nope.
No more eyelashes. All that shit is done.
Yeah. And this is another reason why Isaiah 4:1 is coming, because these women are gonna be hurt out here. Because a lot of UBI is gonna go to women. Because a lot of niggas is about to get shipped off. UBI is it's gonna be for you women, really. For the losers that get left behind. It says the flow and identity verification. You have a digital ID, possibly linked to the biometrics or an implant. Not possibly, it will be. This ensures one person equals one account, prevents duplicates / fraud. Ain't that that's on the mainstream right now? about all the fraud that people have done to the government systems.
Yep.
You know, that's the main thing Trump is pushing, and his cabinet. You know, and Doge and all that. They saying, "Oh, we got to stop this fraud.
Yeah.
That they're bankrupting the government, but not the $200 billion that they about to send for Iran. That's not the problem.
Exactly.
Not all the trillions they've sent to Israel. That ain't the problem. No, it's these niggas committing social security fraud and tax fraud and all this fraud, right? Food stamp fraud." Well, how can they ensure that don't happen no more? Well, with this implant. Funds are issued. The system deposits UBI into your wallet. Could be fiat USD, which it won't be. It says could be CBDC. Could theoretically use the XRP as a distribution center. So that's another way the XRP is going to be used. But they already piloted this, and they're using stable coins, okay, for UBI, which we've brought out before, but I'll bring it up again. UBI stable. I think it's the Marshall Islands.
Yeah. They were using XLM, I believe.
Kind of. Yep.
I believe.
Yeah, Stellar. Yep.
Oh, Stellar, yeah.
Yep. So there you go. UBI being paid in stable coins. There you go. All right. It says you spend it, you tap your implant, payment is processed instantly. Back end may use XRP or similar for liquidity/settlement. And this is what a liquidity crisis is coming.
Yes.
So they need XRP. It literally created for this. Where XRP could fit in, XRP wouldn't be the UBI. Now they're not gonna give you no XRP for free. That's absolutely not. But could help move funds between the institutions quickly, handle cross-border UBI, and provide liquidity between currencies. All right, and this is what the world is facing. It's about to face a liquidity issue because the petrodollar is finished, and guess what? Everything is about to be tokenized. Gold, silver, oil will be moved through XRP rails. Mm-hmm. Again, infrastructure, not the user facing money. Yeah, so they have a new infrastructure, digital infrastructure, and it's right there. The PRX. The powerful part of combining UBI plus digital ID. This is where things shift from simple payments to system design. This is a systematic thing they've been setting up while you focused on, oh my God, the Taliban. Or whatever the hell they go. Because your UBI is tied to your digital ID, the issuer could just deposit money. That's a simple model, no restrictions, not gonna happen. Add programmable rules, advanced model. Money expires if unused, so it ain't gonna roll over for the next month or the next week, however they end up doing it. Yeah. You know, no, it's gonna expire. So if you didn't get to use it, it's gone. Only usable for certain categories, food, rent, etc. Again, you're not going on shopping sprees when they start giving you free money. But UBI is not going to be for you to go splurge. Mm-mm. It says blocked for certain transactions, adjusted based on behavior or status. See, let's say they give you 1,000 this week, and you posted something that the AI caught. Bam! Now you get 500 this next week.
Yeah, you say something about the Jews.
Yeah. Say something. You disagree with Trump, they might not even pay you that week.
They may deduct you for the whole month.
Yeah. Now you owe them. Now you go 3 weeks without getting paid because you owe them now.
Oh shit!
This is often called programmable money. It's not rocket science. But how is he going to get access to all this? Again, the MOTB. Why some people are concerned? Well, they better be very concerned. We already read Revelation 14. That's the concern. All right. Best case, worst case, reality check. Right now, UBI is still mostly in pilot programs. Digital ID systems are growing, but not unified. No country has fully merged UBI plus implants plus blockchain rails into one system. But the building blocks are actively being developed. And we've shown you that this is happening worldwide. Ripple is integrated worldwide at this point. And so is UBI, digital IDs. All this is being talked about in all the countries around the world, even including third world countries. You know, Africa, Asia, South America, all right, Europe, everywhere. All America. For some reason, America's they want to be Trump want to be the crypto capital of the world, but we in last place. Yeah, you see how fast that's going to change real soon. So the bottom line, UBI would act as the input money going in. Digital ID would be the gatekeeper who gets it and how it's used. The implant, the access tool, how to interact with the system. See, there you go. So how you if you don't have the access tool, you won't be part of the system, which is the mark, the Caragma. And then the XRP or similar, which blockchains, right? Mm-hmm. That's going to be the plumbing, how value moves efficiently. So individually, each piece is neutral. Combined, they create they create the market a beast system that's either extremely efficient and supportive or highly controlled, depending on how it's governed. And we know who's going to govern it, the devil, so that he can be as the Most High and monitor everything 24/7. Man, that's it.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah. So wait a minute. We're ending off on the Sirach 12 and 10.
All right.
We give you free money. You gotta bet your goddamn mind to trust that. the only thing, look at the last thing that he gave out freely worldwide. What was that? The jump shot. And look at how that turned out. Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. It reads, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
Hey, this nigga don't even want to give you a stimulus check. What happened to the $2,000 he was gonna give you? He don't even want to give you that shit, but all of a sudden he's gonna start paying you to stay home. He gonna humble himself and just start giving you free money. Shit.
He's trying to help.
Yeah.
He's for the people. He's trying to make America great again. Well. All right. It says, and it says, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Well, you're gonna find out that he don't give a fuck about you. Mm-hmm. And this is all a trap. This is what this is. Free money. All right. But again, it's gonna be, to give you some kind of sense of safety and peace there, or to return to normalcy. We gotta get back to normal.
Nah.
Yeah. It's gonna get worse and worse.
Mm-hmm. It reads on, it says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to remember that. Yeah. The warning of the Lord. Yahweh Shemel Shai told you not to take that. All right? I mean, before that mark is implemented, though, we will be using this system before they give you the key, which is the Quran to enter into it. But they will unroll it first. Okay? They got to have it already operating before they start, chipping people up.
Yeah, it may start off maybe voluntary at the beginning, but then eventually it's going to get to mandatory.
Yep. That's ChatGPT said. Yeah. Right? So, hey, it's happening. And this is nobody's paying attention to this stuff. The system is ready to go. We'll end off right here so it's a minute long. But nobody watches CNBC, financial shit. They rather watch the March Madness basketball.
Niggas.
What we have done is set out all sorts of examples in this particular interpretative release and setting up a process and a frame.
And Bitcoin ain't the way. Trust me, believe that. That shit is through. It don't. Well, it's a store of value, but it ain't the rails.
No.
Work by which people can have certainty. Their lawyers can give them an opinion. They can come in and talk to us about things if they are unclear.
And again, the average person
the
average person thinks that crypto is not sustainable. Like that one Jay said, it's not sustainable. Really? So why the fuck are they the government trying to pass this bill in? Not sustainable. Nigga, your paper money's gonna be toilet paper soon.
They won't then go home after they've talked to the SEC and find a subpoena on their doorstep or something like that. Right. So we're setting up a framework. This is just an interpretation, and so courts can deviate from that, of course, if they don't like our rationale.
But what we're also going to follow up with here shortly is a proposed rule that will put a lot of this into effect and be much more specific, construct a series of exemptions and equivalent of a sandbox for people to do experimentation to see if they can develop a proof of concept and then go forward with what their product might be.
See, so they're doing this right behind the scenes while the war runs rampant. But they've already agreed. They're moving forward with it. The crypto is the new way that they're gonna because what they need the crypto for the buying and selling. You know, that's what you're gonna use to buy and sell. But to access that eventually is gonna be through the mark. So, you got anything else?
Nah, that's it.
All right, so with that, Lord's will is edifying. We're gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who were well, and salutation, much love to the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Shalom.